We've beaten Egypt. Peter Crouch has come on, scored 2 goals. Is it now time for Crouchy to be playing from the start?
I think he's certainly given Fabio Capello food for thought. There's no question about that. His international record is fantastic, goals per games. He's very good when he comes on as substitute. You have to probably question whether from the start he is quite as effective, but I certainly think he's done enough to certainly make Mr. Capello think he might be worth a place in the starting lineup now. Yeah.
I mean, it certainly looks like he's able to play alongside Wayne Rooney, which is the key for any
Yes.
striker.
Oh, absolutely. We know Wayne Rooney will be our main man in the World Cup, and it's just a case of getting somebody who's going to gel with him. I know he's favoured Emil Heskey in the past, but I have to say Peter Crouch is probably a bigger threat in terms of goals. And if you're going to win tournaments, you're going to need as many goal scorers in your team as you can. And so it'd probably be, for me, I would probably pick Crouch ahead of Heskey on form at the moment.
You've obviously seen Crouch up close because he's an ex-Southampton man as well.
Yeah.
What does he bring to a team?
Crouchy, for me, I think he brings a whole lot. Not only does he unsettle defenders with his sheer presence, but I think sometimes the defenders underestimate just how decent he is on the ball. His hold-up play is very good, and as you saw last night, when he gets chances, he's more than capable of sticking them away.
Why do you think his goal-scoring record for England is probably even better than his goal-scoring record for club?
I think international defenders are very wary of him. I think in the Premier League, I think he's been around quite a long time now, and I think defenders kind of work out a plan of how to play against him. Whereas international defenders don't see him that often, and so he's a little bit more of a surprise. And so I think that's probably why his record's a bit better with England.
There was a suggestion at the start that Capello was probably a bit reluctant to play and that he wasn't his type of player.
Yeah.
Do you think he's won him over, not just by his goals, but maybe by his attitude as well?
Yeah, certainly. I think he's always had a great attitude, Crouchy, and I think he has had to win him over because you're right, when he first came in, he's preferred Emil Heskey the whole time. But I think Capello's probably realising that Crouchy's his hold-up play is a lot better than I think he anticipated.
Off the pitch, we're always talking about the importance of team spirit with England. It seems like Peter Crouch is one of those guys that people get along with. He's fun to be with off the pitch.
No, he's a great guy. He's very laid back. There's nothing to dislike about Peter Crouch. He's got a good sense of humour, and he's just a genuinely nice bloke. And I'd be so chuffed if he made the starting lineup for the USA game in the World Cup for him, because he deserves it.
We're talking about England team spirit. Did you get a sense from watching the match yesterday that everything is okay despite the whole John Terry scenario?
Last night's game was important to kind of get rid of any negativity that was around. We heard a few boos early on in the first half with the John Terry situation, and it seemed to unsettle him a little bit. Didn't have his greatest first half last night, but I think the second half performance was great. I think it gelled everyone together, and I think that the whole booing situation, I think for me, is probably that's done and dusted now. People have had their say, it's gone now. Let's concentrate on everybody getting behind the team, and hopefully bring that trophy home in the summer.
What do you make of England's chances at the World Cup? Are they real contenders?
I think they're in there amongst a pot of about 4 or 5 teams that could genuinely think that they could go and win the tournament. But as you know, in tournaments, anything can happen. You get big upset results. You need a little bit of luck at the right time. A little break, a little refereeing decision that goes for you, and then there's probably, as I say, 4 or 5 teams who could take advantage of that situation. The Brazils, the Spains of this world. You've got Italy, who probably aren't in the greatest of form right now, but when it comes to tournaments, they're like Germany. They kind of manage to get themselves together and put in performances and grind out results.